Can something good come from working with a bad boss? Let's find out. Throughout our careers, we'll work with many types of bosses. Some good, some great, and some really bad. By bad, I'm not talking about bosses with unethical or immoral behavior. Please report these. I'm talking about bosses that are unskilled, uncaring, and not accountable for the behaviors we need to be fully engaged and effective. We'll notice in ourselves that we're feeling fearful, cynical, and frustrated. If you're noticing these symptoms, change you before you change your job. I like the advice that Mary Abjay gives us in her book, Managing Up. We need to work with the boss we have, not the boss we want. It helps us to first identify the bad boss behaviors. Research finds that these generally fall into 6 categories: poor communication, they don't take feedback, have empathy, or listen well to develop you or themselves; micromanaging and having unrealistic expectations; 3, being indecisive, having inconsistent decision-making, or being unfair in rewards or discipline; and my favorite, passing blame or taking undue credit. Playing favorites and holding grudges is often one of the things we first see. So it's useful to develop and practice a productive response so we don't get triggered by these bad behaviors. When we acknowledge that they're behaviors, it's easier for us to step back and look at our counterproductive reactions. Write down the boss's bad behavior, and for each one, write down what you do typically in response. Then step back and determine what's a wiser choice and get a plan for doing this. Getting a growth mindset always helps us see the best in any situation. And over the years of coaching, clients with this mindset have shared from their bad boss experience that they gained stronger EQ and the practice of seeking feedback, deeper technical knowledge, and enterprise-wide exposure, and the ability to manage up, because your boss just isn't always right. If you have an agile communication style, you'll also learn to accommodate their communication preference, and this skill you'll use often. If your boss is untenable and you want something good to come from it, here are some reminders to consider for you before you jump ship. Number 1, watch your brain's attribution bias. This means you make the boss a bad person. Remember, it's not personal. Their bad behavior reflects on them, and don't ever give anyone, including your boss, the power over your attitude and actions. Be respectful. Discipline your words, tone, and expressions in face-to-face meetings, virtual, emails, and especially watch the chat rooms. Stay curious. Learn your boss's needs and preferences and flex to meet their style. This will help you in any role. Refuel. Regularly connect with trusted colleagues, friends, and members of your family that appreciate you, your strengths, and support your challenges. Finally, advocate for yourself. Regularly update your LinkedIn profile, your resume, and reflect your value proposition. In summary, good things can come from a bad boss if you manage yourself wisely.